Hello, my name is Carrie Coonan, and I am the principal of Raynor Country Day School, and it's always a pleasure to introduce myself. We welcome you to the 2021-2022 school year. If the last 2 years have taught us anything, it's to be prepared to expect the unexpected. Tonight, we're going to showcase for you our digital open house for the upcoming school year. We know that the time and attention our staff have taken to preparing these digital presentations will be able to answer many of your questions, as well as help you understand the daily routines in the life of your child. Should you have any additional questions, please don't ever hesitate to reach out throughout the year. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you our very talented Raynor Country Day School staff.
Hi, my name is Miss Jenny.
And I'm Miss Doreen.
And we teach the pre-K1 classroom. Miss Doreen and I, as you guys have probably heard, have known each other since we were younger, and we've worked together for over 20 years now, and I think we make a pretty good team.
Yes, we do, and I get to go to work every day with my best friend.
See that?
Yes,
so
bugs.
Cute. All right, in pre-K1, I've told a lot of you about our Google Classroom. I think all of you have joined so far, so that's great. That is our main source of communication daily. So each day we post videos and pictures of things that we've done throughout the day, and it's our main way to communicate any notices that we send home. We always post on there, and to give you kind of a daily summary of what we do each day. In addition, Doreen and I both give out our phone numbers. So if you haven't done this already, I think we've done this pretty much with everybody, to send a group text with both of us on the text. That's really the best way to communicate with us. So the reason why we ask for the group text is that way, if I'm not available to answer, Miss Doreen usually answers. She's actually usually quicker than me on getting back. Anyway.
I really try to beat her at that.
So that's if ever you need to tell us they need to order lunch, or that they're going to be out, or anything you need to let us know, that text is the best way to get in contact with us. Okay, so what we're going to do is go over each subject that we teach and tell you a teeny bit about what we do. The rest of the information you can find in this open house packet that you'll get sent home today. If you have any questions about anything that we discuss here, or that you haven't found the answer to in this packet, you can always get in touch with us, like we said in the text before, or seeing us at dismissal or drop off in the morning. One of the first things we do in school is obviously we introduce letters. This first letter that we started with was letter N, and we'll continue to switch those out of order until we reach all the letters of the alphabet. How we do the letters is on Monday of that week, we read a book that has to do with that letter. An example of the book is this. This is my N book that we just read today, and then we'll make a chart of words that begin with that letter.
So each child will tell us one word that was discussed in the book, and we'll compile a video. So if you haven't done so, please check Google Classroom, because there are cute videos that follow along with each lesson that we do. And we will chart it, and we will make the video, and it's there for your viewing.
And Miss Doreen is really good at doing these videos. She takes a bunch of pictures of the kids and compiles it and puts fun music on there. So again, if you haven't checked out the Google Classroom, you are missing out on some really great videos that we post. So after we do that on Monday, then we'll talk about that letter throughout the week. We try to pick a letter that coincides with what we're learning about. For example, we started N this week. We're learning about nature, and all of those things will be discussed. We'll see the word more often. We'll talk about, words that begin with that letter all week. And then we culminate that on Friday with our writing journal. So in our writing journal, the children will practice tracing the letter that we learned, as well as their first and or last names. So these journals are specific to the level that your child is on. So if your child is tracing, then they'll trace those letters. If they're copying, then they'll be able to see the word and the letter, their name on top, and then write it underneath. And some students are writing it independently, so they'll just do it on their own. But these are all differentiated for the level that each student is at.
And also, I just wanted to add that like Jenny said, each child is different. So we do understand that this is maybe some of your first
time being
exactly.
in class.
So it could just be holding the pencil properly, maybe tracing the first letter of their name. So
some of their letters might be this big and take up the whole page. You know, we've had students in the past that have never traced before, and so their one page is tracing the first letter of their name, and that's it. Other students, like Doreen said, maybe they're tracing their first, their middle, and their last name, or words that begin with that letter. So really, we do take the time to individualize it to what level they're on. The next time that we're going to talk about, we call desk centers, and that's really like a free choice center time that will happen at their Jeep desks now. So when your child comes in the morning, they unpack their backpack, they put their stuff in their crate, and they sit at their desk
with their clear plastic bin that you provided with us. There was a reason for 2 of them, and yes, they do have each child has their own individual bin, which Jenny and I will alter with what we put in it. It could be magna tiles one day, the next day it could be blocks, the next day it could be people, just to give them something different and have something fun at their desk while they're sitting there, while we're taking that time for your child to use the bathroom or move on to the next activity.
Right. And those toys are used just by them only. They're the only ones who are touching them. And those toys are then disinfected, washed, and then cleaned so they're sanitized before the next child will touch them.
And we do that weekly.
We also do desk centers after lunch and recess. So in our class, we go to recess first, then we eat lunch, and then we'll come back to the classroom, and we have a short amount of time where everybody uses the bathroom again, and at that time, they're also sitting at their desks doing centers. Now, it could be the bins, like Doreen said. Sometimes we'll leave the bins on the out, and then we'll get Model Magic and sticks, or we have iPads that we use games on. So that's just depending on what we're feeling like or what they've done that week already, we'll try to switch it up and make it.
We also actually even introduced construction paper, scissors, glue.
Right.
I don't know if we'll be doing that anytime soon, but we did it once. Hi, welcome back. I actually just wanted to show you one of the individualized bins that we have here that we were talking about. So as you can see, this bin is pretty loaded.
It's packed already, and it's only Monday.
Exactly. We went a little crazy today, but we figured it's going to be a long week, and let's have different items in there. So like you could see the name on there, this one is for that individual child. And at the end of the week, we'll pull it all together, put everything in the sink with some nice hot sudsy water and clean everything, and we'll be good to go. And we'll start fresh the following week.
Okay, I touched on this a little bit before, but I just wanted to quickly talk about recess and lunch. Like I said, we do recess first, and then we come back and eat lunch. I'm sure you're all aware so far that we've eaten outside every day so far. We pick and choose our spot depending on the weather. So it's been a little warm where we've been eating currently. So tomorrow we're switching our spot to a nice shady area on the side. If it rains, we have our nice area in the front that's covered, and we can still be outside. And to us, it just is a healthier, fresh air option for when we eat.
And I also just wanted to jump in on this because I know Miss Jenny put this on the Google Classroom last week pertaining to snacks. If your child is coming home and it seems like they're not eating a lot here at school, please know that we are doing snacks, but we're just utilizing the snacks that we have here in the closet that you so graciously donated to our classroom. So we appreciate that. It's a lot easier than carrying out 16 backpacks at one time. We just throw the goldfish in the bag and we're good to go. So thank you for that.
For recess, most days we'll go to the playground. For our school, pre-K1, pre-K2, and kindergarten all go on the playground at the same time. So it's a nice way for them to socialize with kids who aren't in their class. And then we separate and eat lunch in our separate areas. So as you know, the students have special area classes that they visit weekly. Those classes are art, music, phys ed, Spanish, library. And then we also do like STEAM time as a special one time, and some technology time where we'll use those iPads that I talked about earlier too.
And I do attend all the specials with your children daily.
Something else that we do in pre-K is some sort of sensory play each week.
So this is where your second bin item might come into play. So thank you again for that.
We have got some gracious donations, by the way, from everybody. From our Amazon list, so many things we wanted. And one of those things was the kinetic sand. So that's an example of a sensory thing that we'll do. We'll fill each bin. Back in the olden days, we used to have one big table and put all the kinetic sand in there, and all the kids would have all their germy hands in there at the same time.
To be perfectly honest, I didn't like that back then.
No, she never did.
But
So now,
I miss it. I do miss it. I do like the individual
Yeah.
bins, but
now we create small little sensory bins for each kid to have their own. And those items that are in there will switch periodically depending on maybe the themes that we're doing or an item that we got. We just got a donation from one of our parents of water beads. So we'll put those in. We have the kinetic sand, like I said. Sometimes
wintertime,
yeah.
we like to use fake snow, or sometimes we'll even bring the real snow from outside inside.
Yeah. So sometimes we'll do those inside, and sometimes we'll bring those bins to one of our outdoor classrooms and do it outside. It's messier. We'll probably want to bring it outside. But we like to do those hands-on things. We think it's super important for the kids, and we love to do that. In addition to writing, like I talked about earlier, writing our first name, last name, tracing, one of the most important things that Doreen touched on was fine motor, and that is holding the pencil correctly, cutting. A lot of those skills involve your fingers, and to get your fingers strong enough to do those things, sometimes we'll practice with ripping paper. That strengthens your hands, or picking up items with tweezers. I'm sure many of you have been practicing this with your child at home, putting your mask on. That requires your fingers to work to put the things around your ears. All of those things involve your fingers and making them stronger. And every week, every day, we're working to really strengthen those muscles and improve the end result, cutting and holding your pencil properly. And the last thing that's on my packet to mention to you is art. As it's obvious, we're in pre-K. We love art. We love drawing and coloring and painting.
Jenny says it to me all the time. Maybe I should be the art teacher. I don't know. Miss Concy, don't worry. I'm not trying to take your job.
She loves to do projects and paint. And so a lot of times, right now in the morning when your child gets here, they sit at their desk and they do the desk centers that I talked about earlier. But as we move further into the year, Doreen will start doing her projects during that time as well. So it's a great chance for her to do one-on-one activities. So they'll come up to our table, they'll do the painting project, and then we'll move on to the next. And so we'll go around the room, and that's how she gets that individual time for that. Holiday time, she loves to do.
I do it all, glitter, glue, everything. Sometimes I have like 10 different projects working.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I look at pictures too much and I just want to do it all, and I know I can't, but I try.
You all will reap the benefits of her project.
Well, I hope you love them as much as I do. And honestly, it does take a lot of time, but I feel like your children enjoy it. By the end, I start calling them over and they know exactly what. They put their hand up because they know I'm going to paint it. It's pretty comical.
You should all be sent home today with one of our projects we've been working on all school year so far. And that's a huge project. It's painting the front of the bag, painting the back, drawing the face, cutting the hands,
tracing the feet. Those are your child's hands and feet.
Right.
Honestly,
they're not just a blanket hand.
No.
Those are your child's hands and feet that Doreen traced. She did that in the morning one-on-one. So a lot goes into these projects that we do, and we hope that you really appreciate them and treasure them, for years to come. So in closing, like I said, check out this open house packet. All of what I talked about and Doreen talked about is in here in more detail as well. And if ever you have any questions, like we've said before, please feel free to text us, call us, see us in the morning, see us in the afternoon. We are always open, and we always, a lot of you, when you text me, you're like, sorry to bother you. It's never a bother. I would rather you, if you're at home and you're worried about something, to text us and just say, get it off your mind. I can text you back quickly, and it's our pleasure to do those things for you.
Absolutely. Like Jenny said, you're entrusting us with your children each and every day, and we want you to feel so comfortable. Come to us. We're here. We're always available, and we're just really looking forward to a great year. We're off to a great start. You guys have all been so great to us, and like Jenny said, graciously donating to our classroom already. So it's just making it that much better. So thank you so much.
So thank you, and we hope you're enjoying everything so much. Thanks. Have a good day.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, it's Miss Susan.
And Miss Anne Marie.
We're coming to you today live from Pre-K2 with our open house presentation. So by now you should have gotten your open house packet sent to your house, probably via folder. And we're going to go over the top 10 things to know in Pre-K2 for the year. If you have any questions at all about anything that is in your packet, please do not hesitate to ask, but we thought we'd do the top 10. All right, so starting at number 1, your take-home folder. Everybody brought in a folder at the beginning of the year, and we use that to fill it up with things that they've done during the day. Please, when it goes home every day, empty it out, take a look and see what they've done, and send it back in the next morning. When they come in the morning, they put it right into their mailboxes.
So anything else that you want to stick in there, if you want to send us any notes on anything, that's a great way to communicate with us. As soon as they come in, we go through the folder right away. If you want to order lunch that you didn't sign up for already, you can write a little note right in there. And also lunch calendar will go in there. All of our papers to go home to you will be in that folder. So it's good to look at it every day.
Also, our day does begin at 9 a.m. If you get here between 8:45 and 9, you will not be charged for morning care, but if you get here before 8:45, you will be charged for morning care. So anytime between that 8:45 and 9 o'clock time would be great. Take home folder. Also, if you have not sent in a change of clothing, please send that in. We have lots of spills and things that happen in pre-K, and it's good just to have that extra change of clothes, head to toe.
And also a sweater in their bag is a great idea. I mean, we don't need it today or this week, but pretty soon we'll be needing that.
All right, Ms. Emery, I think we're ready.
Okay, morning meeting.
Morning meeting. We do a morning meeting every day. We start with the pledge. They're learning about putting their right hand on their heart, covering up their Raynor Country Day School logo. We will start soon. Everybody will have a job in pre-K2. Part of our morning meeting is our calendar, a weather. We have a 100-day of school chart. So everybody gets to participate in one way or the other during our morning meeting. Anything else?
No, that's it for that.
Later on, we'll get to do messages. So I'll write a message to everybody, and I'll leave out some letters, maybe some words as we get further on into the year. And they'll be coming up to the board and figuring out what missing letter or missing word that we're doing. So that's quite exciting. All right, next.
Okay.
Jobs. Everybody in pre-K2 has a job. I have pledge leaders. We have meteorologists, calendar kids. Everybody has a job.
Line leaders, line enders, door holders, light people, 100-day of school kids, people who bring the papers down to the office.
We do change jobs monthly, so they get to choose which job they would like. And if they don't get the job that they want for that month, we'll change it again the next month. We also have a substitute. That's usually a job that everybody wants, because if somebody's absent, the substitute gets to do any and everything for somebody who's absent.
Even better if 2 people are absent.
Okay.
Okay, our next thing up is the ELA and our writing program.
So ELA, we do 1 letter a week in pre-K2, every 5 letters. We will do a review week where we'll build some words for our word wall. We will do writing, we'll do identification of the letter, sound correspondence. We've been working on names using first letter uppercase, the rest lowercase. And as we go, we'll sprinkle some other activities in throughout the day.
Okay, and that brings us to our pencil grip.
Pencil grip. We do talk about holding a pencil using a tripod grasp. Those 3 fingers, we pinch them. We have some tools in the classroom that we use for kids who need a little bit of extra help. That's one of the reasons why we start with the thick pencils, because it's easier for their little fingers to grip, especially when we're trying to get them to write on certain lines of the page. A lot of times when we do writing, we talk about writing with the writing pencil. So we don't do in the very beginning as much writing with markers or crayons and things.
So here we are at number 6, and we're going to talk about some homework.
So homework, once we start letter A, homework will be given out on Monday and it's due Friday. It's usually about 5 pages of tracing and writing and letter and sound identification. The most important part about the homework is the first page. The first page is where they're going to draw or cut out or color 5 things that begin with that letter for the week. And on Friday, the most exciting part is that they stand up in front of the class and they share with their friends the 5 items that begin with that letter. It gives them a little bit of public speaking practice, and everybody claps for them. It's quite exciting. As we get a couple of letters into it, we'll introduce compliments, and they'll give out compliments to their friends, and we'll talk about questions, and somebody will ask a question about the homework. So homework is really an important thing. That's why we give you all of those days to get it together.
And there's also writing on the homeworks also. That's great practice for them to do.
Yes. Where are we up to, Ms. Amrine?
We're up to number 7.
Number 7, hands-on science. Well, it's pre-K, so we have lots of hands-on activities. Hands-on science, we like to do many experiments inside the classroom, outside the classroom. Maybe we'll go on a leaf hunt and look around for leaves. We do pumpkins. We'll cut open a pumpkin and dip our hands into them. We will do a unit on penguins where they'll tell you all these fun facts about penguins when we're finished. We'll do a planting unit in the spring. We do magnet experiments, lots of fun things with science. And let me jump to math as well. Math, we do follow New York State Common Core for pre-K. Yes, there is a Common Core for pre-K. We do follow that. We have lots of math manipulatives around the classroom, and we make math fun for pre-K.
It's actually one of my favorite subjects.
It is.
Believe it or not. Okay, which brings us up to Google Classroom.
Google Classroom. So that's our main method of communication each day. I try to post it and set it up for 2 o'clock each day. Sometimes I'll throw a Dropbox of pictures in there. Sometimes we'll put a few group shots in there. Otherwise, I may text you some pictures. We do have the group text that is set up or will be set up by the time this recording is given to you. So we like to pop some pictures in there. Sometimes, like I mentioned at Meet the Teacher, the Dropbox and things takes a little long to download, so it's easier just to put it through in a text. But either way, you will hear from us. You'll see your kids' happy faces throughout the day.
But if you haven't signed on to that yet, you should, because that's going to tell you exactly what we did for the whole day, what book was read, what letters we're doing. It'll tell you if your kid says, I haven't done anything all day, this is going to tell you exactly what we do all day long. So you really want to read this. All right, we move on, Ms. Susan.
I think so.
Let's go on to lunch.
Lunch. So you can order lunch every day, 1 day a week, however you want. And if you need to order lunch on the morning of just let us know, and we can do it right then and there. And
if you forget to send lunch in, you can just text us and call us, or call us and just say, I forgot to send lunch. Can you order it? They can order lunch up to like 10:30, 11:45. I mean, they're really pretty good. Also, if they're buying lunch one day, they still need to have a morning snack. So you want to send a snack in, and always a water bottle, because it's hot and they're always thirsty. So they need that.
What I wanted to just mention is if they are ordering lunch, like Miss Amory just said, they do need that snack. We do have a snack in the morning. So try to send in one healthy snack throughout the day. We always say some cereal, yogurt, cheese, some fruit, and we try to do that healthiest snack in the morning. At lunchtime, we have any snack that we have left in the lunchbox.
But the calendar will go home once a month, the whole new calendar for lunches and the order form. So you can fill it out monthly, you can send in something daily, whatever's easiest for you, but the easiest way to do it really is the monthly calendar. Right. All right, let's move on to the listening jar and the treasure box, which is really the most fun and pre-K.
So the listening jar, we have a jar. It's a coffee can jar wrapped up, says listening jar. We have these little tickets that we give out, and the kids get their names on them when they're doing good listening. They put them in their listening jar. On Friday, we pick out 4 names from the listening jar, and they get to pick out of the treasure box. We have a real treasure box in our class. Anne-Marie will have told them all about how it came from Treasure Island. All right, this is the end of our pre-K2 open house. We'll see you soon. Bye everyone.
See you soon.